me, Michael, and what you're seeing is my room and my iPhone set up there, and it's on top of this sketchbook, which I'm gonna be giving a tour of today. So I'll set myself up here, and I'll pop down into one of the corners of the screen, and now we'll just be, paying attention to, I guess, this stuff here. Have not done this before, so I'm gonna try my best to, get through it quick, but also effectively. And yeah, let's get going. Just a little sneak peek there. Okay. Ooh. First page. Whole lot of nothing. If I ever lose this, keep it. It's yours. First page. Second page. Just a statement. I wrote down, in this book, I will fill every page to a point of total and utter personal satisfaction, except for this page. This page is just a statement. I don't know. I think I just wanted to make sure I gave this my all, and in the end, I think I ended up doing it. So can't complain too much. I'm glad I wrote that down. Also, excuse any sirens or anything you hear. I live right next to a highway, so inevitably there are lots of emergency vehicles driving by here. So yeah, if you hear anything, hopefully I speak up. Hopefully you can hear me. First drawing page. We're there. We're finally there. First drawing page. Looks like I got, a portrait of a guy with no skin. Not really sure why. I think I just wanted to do an anatomy kind of study of sorts. It looks cool. I like the colors I added here. Very minimalistic. Got a gradient on the side here. Planet. This guy's creating cubes with his eyes, staring at the sun. Some column type stuff. It is what it is. I think it gets better as we go on. Looks like we got over here. It looks like we've got a guy posing. Not really sure. Maybe I got that from a statue. I think I might have used a statue as reference. So if you know what statue it was, let me know. I like the colors I used here and this page as well. Looks like I tried some abstract stuff here at the bottom, just shapes and lines and all that. Got another more anatomy stuff. I tried to make these look almost human-like, but I don't know if I really did a good job. Got a crystal-like thing over here. Next page. Let's go. What do we got? Oh, this was the ink bleed through. I was using Copic markers on the last page, and they bled through, so I chose to trace them a little bit and make something out of it. You got a scene here, almost like a Dali kind of thing. I think that's what I was going for in a way. The little guy floating up towards the heavens, I believe. This I remember doing around Halloween, hence the colors, I believe. Orange, spooky, like a pumpkin. Some checkerboard type stuff. You got decreases in size, arcing in a parabolic fashion. And then I think that looks like a ghost, which adds to the Halloween nature of it. But I think these are cool. This was fun. I just put some stuff down, put down these shapes of color, and then inked around them. Same deal on this side, inked around them. And then I did like an anatomy study. A skull, a neck, and a head looking that way. Some arms, body, another female body. Hopefully don't watch if you're a child. Hopefully that's okay. And then you got another guy kind of down here looking on into the distance, thinking things, wondering stuff. Another colorful page. Some finger walking, sorts, right? With the sun shining down on it, casting an orange light stuff. I don't know. This is all just fun to me. I really, when I sit down and draw this stuff, I don't really have a direction. Like this guy, actually, this is paper that I glued in. I had something underneath that I just didn't like because I didn't have a direction. So I was just going and ended up not liking what I did. So I put some paper down on top of it. And I like this figurative piece that I did here, kind of stretching some strings of sorts. It is what it is. I don't know if I like the colors as much as I like, when I get into later, but like I said, it is what it is, man. Ooh, got a poem. I guess I was trying to do some poetry back then. Let's see. Can't really remember what I wrote down. Okay. Permanent words put down on a page. Forever for now and for more eyes to gaze. A marked projection. Importance is raised. Inside of a notebook, the ink's final days. A stare in the distance emanates soft brain waves. I'm surely wasted, still delusioned in a haze. You'll see me tied up, affliction on myself again. It seems to shrug off, but I'm left ink-stained. Crossing signs and pseudoscience. And I don't mind, there's no alignment. Lines intertwined, ink environment. A finer line, if I could find it. Got no idea what any of that means. It kind of got dark in the middle there. I don't know. I don't know if I like looking back and reading that, but they're words that I wrote down. A lot of figurative stuff on this page. Now we'll get into the drawing, right? Figurative stuff. A literal finger. Figurative, and it's a finger. A body type shape. These always, when I draw these things, they remind me of computer chips. I don't know why. All the circuits and lines and stuff. Figurative guy and another figurative guy. And yeah, it is what it is. Not the biggest fan of this page. We'll keep going. Now, I do like this one. I remember doing this and thinking, okay, let's take this sketchbook seriously. This was kind of that point for me, I believe. And the worms ate into his brain. That's a Pink Floyd lyric. If you can name the song, I don't know, I'll be your friend. I think you'd be someone I get along with if you get the reference. But yeah, I think I wrote that because all these wormy shapes. But yeah, just a whole lot of junk going on, a figurative kind of thing here. Guy kind of posed with his legs crossed, I think. A lot of just scribbles, doodles, neat amoeba type things. Oh. This page, then I was like, oh, let's do something, prism-esque on a note of Pink Floyd. And so, yeah, we got this prism type deal with some light coming into it. And then this guy I really like. I really like the white outline I kept around him. I think it makes it pop. And then a not so perfect circle up in the top. That is what it is. I think it looks cool. I like all the marker lines that you can see. Good. Adds cool texture. Next page. Ooh, another one where I think I put down paper here because I'd started something and I completely did not like it. And then I went again. And we did this. This guy posed in arms spread fashion, cubes coming out of these fingers, leaves coming out of this armpit. The sun behind him, rays, and it says here, the man set to challenge this. This is prefaced here. I don't know what I was writing. Again, just going, just seeing what flows out of me. The man set to challenge the sun, and the world watched as he inched closer. He's looking away from the sun, by the way. I say when I want to leap, and the sun wept while the man kept singing. What? What the hell does that mean? I don't know, but I don't know. It might be kind of cool. I think it was probably cool when I, did it in the first place. At least I thought. Next page. Here we go. Make sure we're on the right page. Okay. This one, Dimitri Martin. Because he's got one of those drawing jokes he does where he's got like a hand and he says, he flips it upside down or something and draws another line and it's a guy drowning or it's a guy reaching for the stars. I don't know what it is. I'm not a comedian. He is. But it reminded me of him. And I like the swirls. And I think I got the sun a little bit more circular here. So that's a cool thing. Just a whole lot of nonsense going on over here. I think this looks like a dishwasher. A washing machine. A city, some arrows. Got those from Bacon paintings. I like the arrows he does in his stuff. And I think a lot of the stuff I do reflects Bacon in a way. But we'll get there. A column up here. And then down here I wrote more words. I was really into words, I guess. I'm not sure why, but haven't been doing that as much. It says, we kill each other for blocks. Or the something of having more or less blocks. And I, blank, man does not need blocks. I can do something, us. I don't know, US maybe? The United States. We just want blocks. Everybody wants blocks. No freaking idea what that means. We're gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep going. This is Mario. He's jumping out of a pipe with light coming out of his eyes. Bubbles coming out of this pipe, some electricity. This is a power grid, I think. You got the street down here. Yeah, pretty basic. I like the colors though. It came together well. We got a little neutrino, atom, I don't know. A lot of blank space on this page, but you got a guy crouched into a corner and then some agony-like faces. Almost looks like a rib cage down here. I think that I was maybe in a dark place when I did this one, but I think it's cool. Looks like blood spatters, but I'd like to believe it's just goo or slime of sorts. And these guys might be just yelling for their buddies or something. Who knows? So, hope you like that page. Mountains at the bottom. We'll go to the next one. A tough day at work. I guess I was going through something because this looks like I was. A tough day at work describes those days. I was working a corporate job at that point, and it just felt it felt like a lot, especially for my first job out of college. And so that's me kind of rubbing my head going, oh my God, when am I going to go home and just relax? When am I going to not think about this? Buddy, you always be thinking about work. All right, next page. Looks like a guy's sleeping there. Maybe he's dreaming and all these blobs are coming out. Another arrow, kind of like Francis Bacon stuff. Cubes at the bottom. Lines. I like this page. It's very clean, crisp, and I think it conveys some sort of a message. I don't know what this is, but maybe it's a road of sorts. Oh. All right. This looks like... I don't know what this looks like. I like the guys I drew. They're tiny and cool. Just doing their thing. This is based off a Dali painting, Salvador Dali painting. I'm probably wrong on this, but I think it's like the trumpeter or something. Or it's just an angel, I don't know. But I tried to do something like that in my style, and there we go. There we have it. Next page. All right. Don't know what this is. I remember drawing this and thinking I don't know what this even... It looks like a person kind of, but it also just looks like a swirly mess. And then this face, I think I butchered too. Not a big fan. But I like that little eye I drew down there. All these lines, squares, and I like the colors. I especially like this page. You can see a guy kind of maybe reaching up towards the heavens as the sun is setting. You got some weird, kind of line work going on. A lot of squigglies. I think I really like the colors here, and you know what? Yeah, I like it a lot. So I hope you enjoy the page too. keep chugging along. I think we're at 15 minutes here. About a quarter way through the book, so maybe this will be a longer video. We'll see. Here you got some guys holding some rope. You know, he's sliding down, swooping around, and you got an eye, the all-seeing eye, watching them do that. I don't know. This, I remember, I was on a work trip and drawing, and I was like, fuck. I was like, oh, freak, man. I don't even know why I'm doing this, because I just didn't like it. I didn't like that job. So I just kind of felt like I was out of my head, not really like, I felt, what's the word, disenfranchised? No, disembodied, dissociated. That's what it was. I felt dissociated. And so that's my, depiction of it. It is what it is. Pretty basic page here. You got a guy with another one of those white outlines, kind of like I had done on the page a few pages back, with a star behind him. And then here, this is actually something that prompted a series of paintings that I did, which I can show you in another video, but this kind of tan background color with a guy, and he's kind of represented by a whole slew of lines, not really looks very disconnected, and a red sun. That's the theme. Kind of like that one, if you can see it in the little picture-in-picture. There it is. All right. Now we've got a big page. Start off with these words. I think it says brainwaves, and then what, and it says loud as fuck. I'm gonna cuss in these videos. I'm gonna say bad words. And it is what it is. We've got this that says overthinker. This one says brainwaves. What? Overthinker. Brainwaves. Yeah. This guy with a box around his head and smoke coming out of it. Maybe fumes of a sort. Person kind of stanced up, laying down, maybe. This guy's walking through a corridor. This guy's got neurons firing, making cubes. The sun is illuminating the scene, and these guys are just lined up to watch him think. I don't know. I'm just trying to describe these maybe in a post-sketch kind of fashion. But I like this page a lot. There's a lot going on, but I think it looks cool. So, I like how I did the shadows on this guy's face. That's what I like. All right. Another one of those painting kind of ideas. This looks like two people dancing to me. The sun above them. And then this, every time I look at this page, I think, ooh. Sorry about the jumble there for the viewers. Yikes. Every time I look at this page, I think of, can you guess? All the single ladies. All the single ladies. Because they do that dance in it, you know what I'm saying? Where they do that and I wasn't trying to do that at all. And looking back, I'm just like, man, I'm not a big Beyonce fan, but I hope that's Beyonce, or else I'm just a straight up idiot. So, yeah, I don't know. I like the figurative work, but that wasn't really the point, to make it look like that, dance move. It says, the form, design, and implementation of CPUs has changed over its history, but their fundamentals of operation remains almost unchanged. Print, command, I don't know, etc. Who knows? A central processing unit, CPU, also called a central processor or main processor, is the most important processor in a given computer. It's what? It's a CPU. So yeah, kind of this stuff reminds me of computer chips. Next page. Well, you spent too long on that one. This one I like. I think I did really clean cubes here, and this guy, especially like his pose. I think I should have drawn his leg back there, but that's okay. A little guy incubating in a sphere of worms with the all-seeing eye watching them. This is another kind of similar to what I had done on the last page, but added a different color in there. And it's more abstract humanoid than it is true humanoid. So, next page. Another abstract humanoid kind of thing with some squares and, 3 heads, 4 heads maybe, 4 arms, pink, orange, yellow, cobalt. I don't know why I wrote that, but I like that word. I think the lettering looks cool. And then another guy there. I like the orange and red guys that I was drawing at that point. Those were really neat. This guy's doing kind of like a backstroke almost. Swimming maybe. A silent moon above him. The stars shining nice and dark. Yeah, kind of looks like the scene is almost. I try to do some perspective with marker strokes. This is cool. Tranquility. I think it's nice and calming. I don't know. Some rocks in the ocean and a guy floating above the sea. And then this is like a Sisyphus kind of deal where he's just carrying all this nonsense. A bunch of scribbles, a bunch of staircases and worms and wands and holes and maybe some stars up there. Oh, it's quite a page. This was me trying to draw my girlfriend sitting and reading. I don't think I did the best job, but I think it looks cool. It says a peaceful moment that Leonardo da Vinci could have never dreamed to capture because he's not alive and he's not dating my girlfriend. Slam, Leonardo. God. I'm not very great at talking while I do this stuff. I'm usually silent when I do my art, so this is just a whole lot of new stuff to me. If I sound like an idiot, let me know. 2 guys having a little debate down there. They're talking about, is Mike an idiot? This guy's saying, yeah, Mike is an idiot. And this guy's saying, well, I might agree with you. You got a green goblin of sorts shielding the sun from his face and sitting in a cube. The little pit of despair here and some green. Next page. It says, the older the tale, the wiser it be, or at least that's what I'm seeing. To have drawn the tempest that parts the sea and viewed structure in the human being. And I think that was these are drawings from Michelangelo or Leonardo's notebook kind of stuff. Maybe this too. And then you got the moon and stars and blah, blah, blah. And you got a guy just posing with no head. And you got more of maybe a Sisyphus scene, or they're just praising the sun. Not sure. But this page looks like all the perspective comes from this point right here. This guy's hand. Kind of cool. Next page. I liked this one a lot when I did it. Looking back, I think it's okay. But I like this red line a lot. And the blue I did around the shadow and all that. This says, morph and peel away the shedding. Blue. Don't know what that means. But cool page, I think. So, yeah. Next, we move on. Looks like a guy kind of in a rose of sorts. Thorns, rosy, thorn. Ascending. Hand holding the cube of power, or possibly the 6 cubes of power, or of space and time, and the moon. Maybe a title for this, I'm not sure. This, I'll turn the camera around real quick. This guy, I did a painting because I thought, why not? I like this drawing a lot, and I want to do a painting of it. And so I didn't do the same colors on the painting. I'll show you in a second here. I'll make this screen bigger and hopefully you can see. But yeah, I like this. I really like the gray shadow I did here, and I tried to do it in the painting. Didn't end up working, so I switched it. But yeah, we'll close up shop here on this camera, and I'll just take you here really quick. All right. Okay, so this guy, hopefully you can see him. That's the painting. Acrylic, I think it's 24 by 18 inches. Some nice square details. Oh, I hope this focuses well enough. Yeah, the guy is green, and that is what it is. So, all right. Back to the sketchbook stuff. Oh. let's get back into it. Okay. So we're back here. Hello, hands. Ink from the pages. Oh boy. Hope I don't get them on my nice white sweatshirt. Oh, maybe I should use a piece of paper or something like this because my hands are sweaty all the time, especially right now while I'm nervous doing this. So we'll keep moving. All right. I like this one. This guy's pose is really cool, and I think I captured this hand well. And then the color scheme, I could have probably done something cooler, but I like the yellows, reds, and oranges, and neutral tones. I like this page. Throwback to the trumpeter. Like a circle reflected and lots of choppy perspective lines going on. Oh, this one's cool. Forgot about this. This guy's kind of posed off, like, you know, not really in the best perspective. I think this should have been going back more, maybe his legs should be bigger or something, but tried to draw some perspective lines in, and I like this whole deal I've got going on. Not sure what to call that, but I think it's cool. Going back to the all black background with those, you know, marker hatch marks. Guy, shadow, sun, laying on a cube that's probably translucent because you can't see it there on the shadow. And then a purple guy, or a purple background, white guy with black lines. His hand is in a cube. Not a big fan of that page, so let's keep on moving. A fallen angel, I think. That's what it's supposed to be. The shadow and, you know, the hand of God reaching out to him. Is it? I don't know. I'm just kind of throwing ideas out there. It could be a guy who sprouted wings and is incredibly sad about it, and his friend is saying, dude, it's okay, you've got wings now. It's pretty cool. Ooh, I like this page because I brought out the gel pens for these white lines, right? You can see here and here, and maybe you can see them here and here, and all around in that. And then throw back to the cubes or squares that I was doing on the painting that I just showed you. And get the gel pen up there. Pretty basic page. I remember I drew this one and I thought, you know, it's just, that's me in a cubicle. Sad. And then you got like a flood or something inside the moon, but it really is yin and yang because life is balance, right? And then over here you got like three guys incubating, and this guy's like, what's going on? What are you guys incubating for? They're like, we can't talk, we're incubating, guy. All right. I like this one. It looks like somebody's like crossing a finish line. You know, they know they've won and they're throwing their arms out. I made it. Some spheres over here. The sun, his shadow. Looks like he's pulling some wires with him, maybe. And then that's the cameraman. I don't know. That's the camera, and the cameraman is invisible. Cool stuff going on. Kind of reminds me of, for whatever reason, this reminds me of a Rube Goldberg machine. A lot of stuff going on. Some figures and in this kind of shape. And got 1, 2 here. Sun. This page kind of spans both pages because you got the black that trickles onto this page just ever so slightly. I want to flatten this out, so excuse me while I do so. This one's kind of cool. It's like a guy jumping through a wormhole. And then this is like a statue. And I like this because I added like this light, but I did it on the wrong side because if that's the sun, the light should be on the other side, right? Who knows? There's a shadow there, and you got this guy just kind of doing his thing. He's posed. He's a statue. All right, we're at 30 minutes, and we're probably a little bit over halfway through this book. So bear with me. I'll show you all the cool pages. You'll get to see them. Just might take a little bit longer. This one's cool. He's got like worms all in his hands and chest and arms, and he's emerging out of a cloud, reaching towards a black hole. Kind of reminds me of like Sauron from the Lord of the Rings. Not the biggest fan, but I hope I didn't butcher that. You got two people falling in love here. Their hearts are connecting through a golden orb, and their brains are connecting through a blue string. And they're both happy because the sun is right behind their heads. More descriptions. But yeah, also I got the gel pen. That's the word, gel pen. I feel frantic right now. Hopefully I'm not going through this too quick. But I do want to just make sure I concisely show you these pages. Loosen up. Looks like a guy listening to music to me for whatever reason. I think these are music notes kind of bouncing out of his ears. He's kind of dancing and swaying. It's like a lot of people packed inside of a volcano, and they're turning into magma, and it's smoking now, and this guy is like, what do I do? Oh no, I'm floating. I can't figure it out. Maybe same deal here. This is the same guy. He's floating and he just can't figure it out because he's got all these different colors going on in his brain, and that's him from a different angle, and this is his environment maybe. And there's like squares flying everywhere, and you just can't keep up with all the squares. I think that's what it is. I think I got this one right, this page at least. Okay. This guy is kind of, he's guarding his face from the sun maybe, and he's frightened of the red sky, and then this is really just abstract. I like that a lot though. I like when I take a break and do just abstract stuff because it's I don't know, it's very therapeutic. It's a nice thing to do sometimes. Just get lines down, see what happens, take your time with it. No focus on a figure or anything. A nice, let me smooth this out, you can see. A nice a dual page here. It looks like a string of bodies, and their two overlords are about to fight it out. They're gonna duke it out. They're gonna do it Street Fighter style, and you gotta choose your character, and maybe those are the characters you get to choose from. This to me looks like, this guy's kind of staring up into space here, and then that's space, and here's like all the stuff in space, and maybe this is like a cathedral of sorts, but I like the circularness of this page for sure. I really do. What's this? I don't know what this is. This looks like a guy kind of all tumbled up. Maybe he's playing Twister. And, I like the colors here for sure. This blue down here I think is really cool because it looks almost gray next to everything else. Then you got the gray from the pencil that I did that keeps that gray and that blue. Right? So, cool page. Got some lines. Not the biggest fan of this page, but I wanted to do like more perspective stuff. So like this guy's leg looks like it's kind of flying up, and this guy's arm looks like it's reaching out. Kind of reminds me of Spider-Man over here. An interesting page. I wish I would have done something different, but I drew a figure, and I thought, you know what, let's do something behind him. And so this is maybe like a section of the earth, and this is the sun, and it's got night and day behind him, I think. Ooh, okay. Another abstract page, which very happy with how this turned out. I love the fine red lines. Actually, did those using a Micron pen, red. It's got to be red to make the red line, of course. And yeah, I like all the weird stuff going on. The circles, the squares, the cubes, the perspective it kind of throws on you. And then I like this one. This reminds me of a Bacon kind of painting where it's just like a body that you maybe can't quite make out. And then again, I like the red that I did there, and the whole color scheme of this page I think is pretty decent. Very happy with it, for sure. Tried to continue it on and draw a guy looking back at his past work. I think it's kind of cool. I like the lines, like I said, so keeps me happy that I did this. Not the biggest fan of that, but I do enjoy this. I like the squares coming out of his like center line of his body. I think it gives good perspective there. Sorry, this might be the longest I've ever talked in my life. 30 minutes, 35 minutes. How would you ever do this? Speech? I don't know. To plan it, and I have not planned this. So that's what it is. This is a cool page, a lot of line work going on, and then you got, two guys here and some other weird stuff. But yeah, this is kind of a mix between, doing like an abstract page and a figurative page, because I got the people in there, but most of it is just lines going nowhere. So I remember this being fun to make this page. And then back to this kind of color scheme again, like we had previously. I love this page a lot. This is one of those figurative pages where I'm like really trying to just get the shape of this guy down. And his hand was kind of tough, and his legs, just positioning them right was a little tough. And then this thing, I wanted to make it look like he was, somehow balanced. So that's how he's doing it without an arm. And then I like the little red flare coming out of his fingers. So. And then again, another abstract, weird stuff going on. You got two mice finding each other in the maze, and I'll let you decipher the rest. Some guys marching, walking home. Where are they going? Walking home from work. Because they all look like they are tired. I think those guys look tired. And then this one's cool. Another one of those abstract, but, you got some figurative business going on. And, I like to think that this is that guy's home. That's where he lives. This one is a guy staring off into the mountain with a mandala up here. And, I don't know. This page is okay. It looks weirdly like hopefully you can see that here and here. It looks sloped for whatever reason. So I'm not really the biggest fan, but oh well. I think we're getting close to the end of the book here. There's another page, some more fine line work and figurative piece, and then maybe a little bit darker of a piece. Looks like a guy's tearing his face off, but I promise you that I think his hand is just glued there. I think his hand is stuck there, and that's the shadow of his hand, and he's content with how he lives with his hand on his face. But who knows? Maybe not. And then a little final big piece, I threw in here. Got a figurative kind of piece with his, arms, legs disconnected from his body. His head is the moon. He's reaching out towards the stars, held up amongst the clouds. It's dusk. He's going onto a disco floor. His arm is turning into a crystal. His body's consumed in the crystal smoke. What a piece, right? It says so much about life. And then here at the end, this was my first foray into really trying to do portraits. I think I kind of got my features down maybe, but I don't know if it looks exactly like me. So I'll get better. I have gotten better at portraits. I wish I could show you one right now, which actually I will after this. But this says, now the last page. Thanks to all who enjoyed looking at these pages. I like them all, and I think I did a pretty decent job. On to the next sketchbook, the end. And there it is. And I put the little quality control sticker there at the back. And here we have it. A whole book of sketches that I like. I'm happy with and I'm proud of, and I've done more sketchbooks since then. I've got this one, which I got to do a tour of, and I've got this one, which I've got to do a tour of, but we will get to those. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed looking at those sketches, and that's as much as I'm going to say about it. That's all I really wanted to do. But now, since I mentioned it, we will do a little bit of showing off some other work. These are some faces that I've done recently. So you got Napoleon Bonaparte, Norman Rockwell, and I hope I'm saying this right, Auguste Rodin. He did The Thinker. So yeah, I've gotten better at faces. Haven't drawn my own in a while, which have been meaning to do, and we'll get there. But I hope you enjoyed. I really do. I love this sketchbook. It took me a while to finish, better part of a year, and yeah, I'm going to keep making more of them, and I will be posting more of them, and what more can I say? Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.